Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video leading up to the 9th season for the Walking Dead television series. In this one, we've got a few new pieces of information for this season, starting with us giving our thoughts on the premiere for the Walking Dead Season 9 being an extended 86-minute runtime episode. Alright, and yeah, I will put the link in the description for you guys to go ahead and check this one out from digitalspy.com, where they have the runtime length for this premiere episode, so that's great. Now, that's not 86 minutes for the episode itself. It can be deceiving, right? That's 86 minutes with the commercials in there, so it's basically the hour block. Then you're getting an extra 16 or it's like, 15. So you're basically getting an over an hour long episode. And, I'm happy that they do this. It usually means that they don't delete a whole lot of scenes, or basically if it might be kind of a slower premiere in terms of getting us caught up on all of the different changes after the time skip for The Walking Dead Season 9. Most likely they've extended the episode to just kind of give us quite a bit for the first episode of the series. And I mean, one way or another, these first 5 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 9 are probably going to be, earth-shattering episodes, or just because of all the changes in the show, these are going to be some of the most important episodes the show has ever had. So to hear that the premiere is going to be extended, it's going to be like an hour block, or kind of a, it's not quite movie length, which, short movies, maybe an hour and a half is about what you can get. But it's, it's a solid amount, and I'm happy to hear that. Now, they have kind of been doing this for a little while. If you guys saw my review for The Walking Dead Season 8 on Blu-ray, it didn't have any deleted scenes at all on the Blu-ray. None. 0 deleted scenes. So that could be because they're not really taking that much stuff out. They're kind of just, maybe the stuff they take out is just junk that they can't really release anyway, because it needs to be taken out, but they're basically keeping in almost everything else that they can. So I'm happy for that in the premiere. So that's going to be good to hear. So there's that. Next, we had the logo for The Walking Dead Season 9 is different. So it's been explained by Angela Kang, the showrunner, and for the first time in The Walking Dead, the logo is no longer decaying or disintegrating. It's growing, so it's growing back. So you've got kind of the Walking Dead logo, and you've got the greenery on it. You've got kind of the regrowth of of civilization represented by the logo, which is really cool. So it says in quotes, in previous seasons, the logo is the main titles, or the logo in the main titles was gradually decaying along with the world and the zombies in the show, Kang said. The solid stone letters overgrown with greenery is the Season 9 logo, reflects the fact that we're jumping into a new chapter of the story where our characters are rebuilding and nature is thriving for better and worse. So that's pretty cool to hear, and it is true that it's a new beginning, right, for The Walking Dead. Things have changed a lot. They've basically through the joint communities, they've kind of jump-started civilization, or we're going a year and a half further into the zombie apocalypse. So again, we're breaking the time sync between Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, with The Walking Dead jumping ahead again into the future, and us to get to see what the world looks like at that point, where you don't have the vehicles, you don't have, it's hard to get even a little bit of gasoline, pretty much drying up, and that whole thing, and all the different things that would take place years into a zombie apocalypse. So the horseback and all that other stuff, and a new look for the series, and eventually here, kind of a new set of leads for the series, or, really going to be a lot different from the survivors that we're used to having the series focus on the most. And I have quickly given my thoughts on the Kaleidoscope teaser that they released from AMC, which is pretty cool. It's an AMC channel if you haven't checked it, but I wouldn't be doing like a whole review on it or anything. There's not that much to it. But one thing that does kind of come from all the different things that they've been releasing lately is pretty much every single one, every piece of key art, promo art, trailer, whatever, you see that helicopter in it. So the helicopter is very prominent in all the different artwork for the season and all the different kind of preview stuff for the season. TriBeCa's Finest said it here. So hyped, can't wait. Keep the videos going, Trev. They seem to be really focusing on that helicopter more and more. So basically, what do you think, Trev? Well, it could be, the Rick leaving idea. The Rick leaving theory is basically that there's a few different ways you could go about it. There's also Washington, D.C. concentration. So we'll see about that, if they go on a mission or they go on some kind of journey here. And who knows? I mean, Andrew Lincoln did say it would be his last season playing Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead. But what does that mean? Could he have just simply been lying? I guess so. That'll throw a loop in your spoilers, right? If they just start lying about stuff. But I wouldn't blame him for it, because then it's like, well, they're trying to keep us on our toes and they're trying to keep things interesting. So if he ends up leaving the helicopter after he's bitten or something like this, or he thinks he's bitten and ends up being Whisper, all these different ideas or theories, get stabbed or something and has to leave in a helicopter. We'll see, man. We'll see which way they go with it. But it is a good point. It's something to keep in mind that they really have focused on the helicopter a lot, and we still don't have all of the answers about that helicopter that Jadis was kind of calling down. It did fly over when Rick was right there. So, is that foreshadowing that he'll be leaving in it, and that's kind of what they're doing here in Season 9, and then they could bring him back later or something, and he's just taking a break? We'll see, man. Done lots of videos over the summer. This summer, of course, you guys have seen a lot of them on all the different possible fan theories for it, and that's one of the most popular ones, so I hope that's what they're doing. James Martin said, just came here to say Walking Dead is still the best show ever. So, yeah, man, for James and for all of you guys as well, too, it's my favorite series ever. There's no doubt about it, no question about it. I mean, for it to even be on at this point, I think is a huge victory, considering they're doing 16 episodes a year. They're hour-long blocks. Some of those are extended year after year after year. No years off, like Game of Thrones recently took a year off to finish the season. Walking Dead has never done that. They've always come out with more stuff for us. It's my favorite series of all time as well, too, so hopefully we'll get at least a couple more years out of it, but we'll see how this whole thing goes. Jennifer Carson says, is anyone else missing Austin Amelio, who, of course, played Dwight in the Walking Dead, TV series version? So, I kind of am, because I kind of like Dwight after all the things he did for the survivors during All Out War. He really helped them out a lot. He was kind of the inside man they needed, and, he put his life on the line for them against Negan to do what he could do, and it does feel kind of strange that he's not back, but Daryl did warn him, and will we see him back as part of the Whispers or something? I hope so, but we'll see about that. There's been some kind of rumors, not really rumors, but talk that he might show up in Fear the Walking Dead or something like this. So, I don't know. That'd be okay, I guess. But the thing with the crossover is that you don't want to overdo it either, right? You don't want to have too many crossovers to the point where it just feels kind of silly, like it just feels like fan service that they're just tossing characters back and forth like crazy. So we'll see what they do with that and whether or not we end up seeing Dwight again. I hope we will in some way. Tyler Payne says, hey, Trev, what episode do you think we will see Lydia in the Walking Dead Season 9? So that probably won't be until, I think, maybe the second half, based on casting. It could be around the mid-season finale range if they announced it later and they had already kind of been using her in it. But I tend to think it'd be second half of Season 9, probably, third quarter of the season, maybe fourth quarter if they really push it back. But I'm expecting a second half, third quarter of the season. So that's what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. TriBeCa's Finest says, Trev, can you do a video on who you think is going to get whose death from the comics? So, which character is going to get which? Well, I think we'll do one soon on most anticipated moments for the season based on the comic book series version. So based on what happens in the comics, what are our most anticipated moments of the season, and based on what we know so far. So I think that one will be cool. I've done death predictions for the season. We've done lots of videos on that. And the Rosita Ezekiel, will they be killed off? I'll keep it in mind, TriBeCa's Finest, and we'll probably do that during the most anticipated moments video. And then the last one for this one is the People's Choice Awards. Finally, you've got Walking Dead being nominated for some People's Choice Awards. So I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check that out as well too. And I think we're able to vote for that People's Choice. So that's pretty cool. So man, wouldn't that be great I'm not sure which awards it's nominated for. I haven't looked through them yet, but wouldn't that be great if we could finally get some kind of award for Andrew Lincoln for all his years in The Walking Dead or something? He should win, if they do like a best. I'm not sure what all the awards are. To be honest, I don't watch a lot of the award shows nowadays. I don't really pay attention to them. But, if you could win like best actor for a drama series or something, or who knows, I don't know, if The Walking Dead could win something, that'd be great. Because I really feel like over the years, not just People's Choice, but just overall, The Walking Dead has not, won almost like hardly any. Like they've won some for special effects and makeup for Greg Nicotero, obviously. That's easy, but they never really won anything for anything else, hardly at all. Like not compared to how big the series has become, how many fans it has. It became a whole worldwide phenomenon, and it hasn't really been, I feel like personally, honored in that way. A lot of people view it as kind of low quality or something, and I just don't see it that way. I think it's fantastic quality and the best quality story that's ever been done for a zombie apocalypse type of series or movie or book or what have you. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. More questions, add some questions below if you want to, and I can do another video for you guys again soon. That'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.